Hello, my name's Claudia Kyle, and I'm a candidate for House District 19. I'm a proud native Oregonian. I come from a pioneer family that settled here in 1854, and I feel fortunate to have been born and raised here. I grew up with a keen sense of opportunity and possibilities, and I got a great education in Oregon's public schools. But the Oregon we live in now is not the Oregon I grew up in. We face an array of challenges that require our serious attention. The next legislature will be making important decisions that will affect all aspects of our lives as Oregonians. And I would like to be at the table, helping to identify the priorities and develop the policies that will get Oregon back on track and moving in a positive direction once again. I will bring a healthy measure of common sense and a results-oriented perspective to the legislature, born of my real-world experience. I'm a union electrician. I was one of the first women in the Northwest to be accepted into the electrical apprenticeship program back in the late 70s. And during my 27 years in the trade, I learned a lot as I worked my way up through the ranks. I started out wearing a tool belt, worked my way up the field supervision ladder, and eventually became one of the industry's first project engineers during the high-tech boom in Portland in the mid-90s. It was a fascinating job, working within tight budgets, meeting demanding standards, very much like the work of the legislature. I've spent a great deal of time over the past few months walking door to door in my district, talking with voters about the issues that matter in our community. 3 issues seem to stand out. First of all, there are over 200,000 unemployed Oregonians just now, and that's simply unacceptable. We need to get Oregonians back to work at living wage jobs with adequate benefits, because each one of us deserves to have the opportunity to experience the dignity and satisfaction that comes from being able to provide for our families. In order to create these jobs, I will work with the business community to map out a plan to attract new industry and bring new investments to Oregon, and I will make sure our small businesses have access to low-interest loans they need to expand their payrolls and hire more Oregonians. Secondly, public education. Although in the midst of the current budget crisis, we cannot expect to see any increases, we need to stabilize funding for public education and invest those dollars in programs that will produce the greatest benefits, such as early childhood education and teacher mentorship programs. Thirdly, I talk with voters about my commitment to attend to the needs of seniors in our communities. We all know that long-term nursing home care is both staggeringly costly and dehumanizing. So we need to focus on primary care and services that enable seniors to be independent, healthy, and safe in their own homes. I know that many of you are frustrated and skeptical. You feel that your elected legislative representatives are out of touch with the average mainstream Oregonians and unresponsive to our community's needs. But I hope to offer you a fresh alternative. I'm not a politician. Rather, I'm a pragmatic, results-oriented, middle-class working person, and I would like to bring some real-world experience and a measure of common sense to the table in the legislature. As we work our way through these challenging times in Oregon, in order to make sure your hard-earned tax dollars are not wasted, I believe we need to engage frontline public employees in the conversation. We need to talk to the people who do the work about where we can find efficiencies, about the most effective ways to consolidate services, about how we can best use the funds we have to better serve Oregonians. I'm asking you, the voters in House District 19, to cast your ballots for me, Claudia Kyle. As your state representative, I will be at your disposal, and I will do everything I can to encourage you to be engaged in the discussion about the issues that matter most to our families, our neighborhoods, and our Oregon. Thank you.